I was not the individual that they were looking for. I'm 24 years old, I'm still young. That is why I'm happy doing the same shit every day. Literally, be relentless. Be concerned about becoming the best version of yourself every single damn day. Yo, what's good guys, it's Lubomba checking in. So today I'll be hitting you guys with another Q&A, part 2. So last week I posted another Q&A, which you guys were very happy with. But one thing that I want to say straight off the bat is I know the audio was terrible. So you should see a huge difference with this video in the overall quality because we got camera number 1 and camera number 2. So this morning I jumped on my stories to ask more questions from you guys. I hope you thoroughly enjoyed the previous questions. So what I'm gonna do, jump on my phone right now and go through the questions that you guys have sent me. I've got my coffee, I'm ready to go. Guys, get comfortable. We'll try to make this a very, very quick one and straight to the point. Question number 1 from Jaden Williams. What's your biggest motivation and did you always want to be a GYMSHARK athlete? Okay, so for me right now, my biggest motivation is more business driven. So it's building a platform, it's building a successful business and a thriving environment for myself, for anyone else around me. And of course, help my family through the process. Because if you watch my story, I've explained where I've come from and the growth, but my biggest motivation overall, apart from business, is just overall growth, progressing, just embarking on this journey and just making sure that, you know, we hit all these milestones, but at the same time being very happy and satisfied with what I'm doing, which I am to the very basic. That is why I'm happy doing the same shit every day, because I like it. Did I always see myself becoming a GYMSHARK athlete? No, but I saw an opportunity for me to be a significant or a figure within the fitness industry. To give you some perspective, I'm 24 years old, I'm still young, so I'm learning based on the individuals that I believe are at the top, at the pinnacle of their journey. So I use those as a representation of where I want to be, and those guys are killing it. So I've got a long way to go, but I did not see myself as a GYMSHARK athlete. So the first time GYMSHARK actually contacted me, I said no. I was not interested. Mad, I know. I didn't want to become what they were at the time. I wasn't interested. Second time around, I was more than happy to join the team because our vision aligned. Because I have my own vision. I know where I want to be, and yeah, just in time. And your boy is becoming a GYMSHARK athlete. It is cool. Like, don't get me wrong, because of course they're the biggest, baddest brand when it comes to fitness. They kill it. The people are just insane. So I do take pride in that, and why shouldn't I? Advice on an individual that is starting an Instagram page, fitness/lifestyle. Over a period of time, more people will start engaging with your content. More people will be interested in what you're doing. Given that the value which you're giving is great advice and it's worth listening to, and it provides motivation, inspiration, and knowledge. So people usually follow people to get something from them that helps them with their life. So if you're looking to start an Instagram page, be consistent, stay dedicated, regardless of, once when you start any goal, don't quit, just keep going. Like, literally be relentless. That's a key word. My desire to learn is just off the chart. It's like, I want to learn as much as I can. I put myself in situations where I need to learn that thing inside and out, given the time that I have before moving on to the next thing. And over a period of time, you accumulate knowledge from all different sectors and you become very good and very well-rounded individual. And there's many benefits for that. Again, knowledge is power, right? So get a lot of knowledge based on whatever you're doing. But again, with social media, be creative, look at what other people are doing, use them as an example, and then you just twist the notch a little bit, do it in your own way. That is the quickest way to get going, because initially it's very difficult to establish your own taste, your own image. So learn from the people that are doing it the best, and then when you're confident enough, go all out, do your thing. Do you do your own video editing yourself? This is interesting. So now I have a team. I've got Steve and I've got Rob, who sit behind the kitchen counter on the floor. So my YouTube channels is either Steve or Rob that take care of that. And I take care of my Instagram and anything that I want to get involved in. So certain aspects of the YouTube video, I'll take over the thumbnails, etc. Things I feel like I can push the limit on, but I would like to let these guys get more creative and actually learn the process. So no and yes, for the last 5 years, I didn't have a team, I didn't have an editor, I didn't have a videographer. I did everything on my own. So I implore you guys to be more proactive and take on board the duties. Get involved in every aspect of the business or this platform or this thing that you're trying to build, so you fully understand it in and out, so you can have more of a significant influence or push to get what you want and to get the results which you're looking for. You know, because I've got very ambitious goals and ideas, and certain things would be time consuming, and it's better off left to someone else, given that they know what they're doing and they know this standard, and they're more than happy to get on it. So yeah, I hope that answers your question. But Instagram is all me. Like, I won't let anyone else touch my Instagram. I don't want to let that happen, because that purely represents me, how I feel within the moment, how spontaneous I am, and what I want to get done within there and then. So Instagram will always be me. I love it. Minimum posting frequency for an influencer trying to grow, great question. Every single day, if you can. I did that for the last 6-7 years. So 2020 was the only year that I actually broke my own golden rule of the posting frequency. Again, me being me, I want to post 3 bits of content every single day on my Instagram, YouTube, and across the whole platform, because that's how I roll. Now that I've got the resources to do that, why not? If you can teach people in the process and people can learn from your content, bro, send it. And trust me, you see the long-term benefits of that, given that you're progressing as an individual, your physique is growing, your platform is growing, your knowledge is growing, everything around you is growing, because no one's gonna listen to you if you're not implementing the same things that you're promoting. No one cares, like literally no one cares. For a person to be influenced and to make a shift and move forward, they need to see you changing as an individual. So if you're an individual that's spewing all this knowledge, you're not gonna grow on your platform. You need to be the example that people wish to see. So that's the role that I take. I just wanna be the individual that someone can look up to and lead by example. So posting frequency 2 times a day, sorry, and just run with that, given that you're still applying your time with your nutrition, with your consistency in the gym, and you feel like as an individual you've actually elevated and grown. People will notice that. People are not stupid. So my life has changed from my first video to where I am. You guys have seen change. Therefore, I've earned my position to motivate, to inspire. Therefore, you know, I take this role with pride and keep motivating you guys. So that's how I look at it. Some people do, some people don't. That's none of my business. What's the hardest part about creating content? The hardest part about creating content, I've never had a tough time creating content. So my strategy, based on what I see other people do, I purely document what's in front of me. So I'd rather have a camera in front of me, like right now, documenting what I'm doing, rather than having a brief and going out my own way to create content. Unless if it's a sponsored post or a sponsored bit of content, I just like to create organic, fluent content. That is how I managed to create consistent content throughout uni. So imagine editing every single day for the last 6-7 years. It's like, well, you're down to be pretty good or be pretty consistent. So you've solidified that process and it becomes much easier. So yeah, it's pretty easy. But again, if you have the passion and if you're creative or driven by creativity, you're constantly seeking out improving everything, improving the lighting, improving the exposure, improving every little detail. You know, it's like I'm obsessive with little things, which keeps me ticking, because if it's not one thing, it's bound to be something else. So it's like those little elements come together and you know, you keep going. All you're doing is exercising your ability to be able to do that thing better than last time. So you become the best version of yourself for doing that thing. Well, that's how you build an identity on that thing, because you consistently do it and you're very good. You don't need to think twice about doing it. So you need to get yourself to that point. How do you work with more fitness brands? So this is one thing that I learned. So at 17, I remember I sent a few emails and a few messages to a few brands. The funny thing is, my protein was one of them. So I did that. Of course, I didn't get a response. Like, what were you thinking? They're not gonna reply. I was not the individual that they were looking for. So they weren't interested. You're 17, you haven't built a name for yourself, no one knows who you are, no one really cares. Take on the chin. And I was like, hang on a minute, why on earth would they reply to me? Like, I'm not my best version. I don't look my best. I don't have the most amount of knowledge. Fair enough, I can make some cool bit of content, but they don't really care about that. I have no influence, I have nothing. So that day, I remember everyone that asked to work with me, these small little affiliate brands at the time, like this was when Instagram was almost coming to a peak. So a lot of brands would do, like, especially brands that operated in a pyramid scheme. In order to become part of that team, you had to pay. So I realized, like, I don't want to be part of that. So any opportunity that came like that, I refused. As soon as I stopped putting the attention on asking why is this person not giving me this, and start implementing the things that get me there, bro, sponsors started coming through the door, opportunities started coming through, I started growing, I started becoming better, but I never deviated away from becoming the best version of myself, and that's what happened. So yeah, that is how you do it. So don't be concerned about your next sponsored post. Be concerned about becoming the best version of yourself every single damn day. That is literally it. Just be consistent at one thing at least that proves that you're actually the person that they're looking for. And that is how you get sponsored. And you still need to build the leverage. If that sponsor one day decides to go and not sponsor you anymore, or like not to be associated with a certain brand, you still need to be confident enough to have a character that allows you to be independent. And that is how you establish yourself as an individual that's worthy of having more sponsors, etc. Because they want you for the things that you bring to the table. So don't be concerned about sponsorships. It doesn't matter. Be concerned about being happy and becoming the best version of yourself. It's that simple. So focus on yourself, guys. It's all about you. It's literally as simple as that. Okay, when is Stay Dedicated dropping? So there's been some delays with everything due to COVID. However, majority of the projects associated with Stay Dedicated, they're still moving forward. But the manufacturer, we put a hold on that because we're still trying to sort out the best deal for the samples, the best deal for the products, and the right order amount. Bear in mind, like, this is, for me, this is all new to me. Like, I've never launched a brand at that scale, but my attention has also been put elsewhere. Sorry to let you guys know that, but I'm very patient, and I know it's worth the time because the level of detail, because of that, it takes more money, it takes more time, it takes more patience, it takes more everything, it takes more resources. Your profit margins might not be all that, but for me, it's worth it because the impression that it makes to the individual when they open that box is gonna be special. And you know, I cherish that, I thrive off that because that's why I do what I do. So be patient, Stay Dedicated is gonna be the next, I don't know, you guys will be the judge of that. So it should be interesting. Next question. No, I don't sell any courses. I don't sell anything along those lines. I've always been a big believer of just giving away free information and free knowledge. But literally in the next 2 months, there'll be an abundance of content that will teach you how to edit and how to do all these things. That is why creation is there. So I have creation that allows you guys to use the same visual effects that you see in this video, you've seen on my previous videos. Yes, you can buy those. Of course, it does support the brand. From creation was to create a platform for individuals to become more creative in creating their content, to have access and resources to these things. Literally just spat everywhere. So guys, I don't do courses, but you will be getting more videos teaching you how to do these things along the side of creation. 2021 goals: get creation to grow, the LM House, which is the agency that we have right now, Stay Dedicated to launch, physique, business. Oh, last one. I don't know how much this information translates to you guys. Obviously, like, 2020 has been a tough year, it's been rough. So we have the urge just to live within the moment, you know, to actually be excited for things. And I'm ready to be in the moment and start doing more ambitious, exciting things across the whole entire spectrum and be happy doing those things. Put myself out there, meeting new people, doing new things. Hopefully, maybe, fingers crossed, having opportunity to travel. I've never traveled. So that's something that I want to do. Like, do you know what I mean? And Rob, Rob is talking about a car. So a car would be ideal. So I mean, yo, I don't like talking about my goals, like, to get specific, because that's for me. But when the time comes, I'll be sharing with you guys how I got to where I am or how I managed to do something very specific. So yeah, growth, fulfillment, and building a sick platform and doing things to the next level. Guys, it's Lubomba checking in. I hope you enjoyed that video and I hope you've enjoyed the overall improvement to this video because the previous one wasn't all that. Stay tuned for Q&A number 3 if you're lucky. If you want to see another Q&A and get very specific with a very specific topic, because I know this one's been more driven towards social media, by all means ask within the comment section and I'll get back to you guys and we'll make that happen. Guys, thanks for tuning in. It's Lubomba checking out. Please do hit that thumbs up. Make sure to hit that subscribe button. Anything else that you need will be in the description box. Guys, see you on the other side.